My sister was just a baby when we went down, so I'd be about 4 when we first started to go, but I have got a lot of memories of it. I remember we were there 52. The pits closed roughly round about my birthday, July 16th, round about then. And then the men just had a fortnight's holiday, and they used to take the fortnight's holiday down at the beach, and then we would stay down there and the men would travel up to work for the other 4 weeks of the school holiday. So we spent the whole 6 weeks of the school holiday basically down there. But we all had our little spots. There's all hills and hollows, and everybody every year knew where they were. That was so and so's, that was one family spot, that was another family spot. We all had our own spots. You just went there every year. So in each spot there'd be at least 2 tents, depending on the size of the family. There'd be a living tent where you cooked and had your meals, and there'd be a sleeping tent. One hollow, would have 2-3 tents in. Ours was about 4 tents, because we were a bigger family, and yes, each one had their own little spot, and they used that spot every year. You knew that was such and such family spot, that was somebody else's spot, and you knew exactly where you were going. We would meet up, and just form a friendship. All the children used to just all play together, and they had a lovely social, the parents would all socialise. It was just a little community basically. If you had a tilly lamp, you'd really gone up market, because the hurricane lamps didn't give the light off that the tilly lamps did when they came in. They were brilliant, they gave a great light off. And Primus stores, because and then I remember the first year we had like a colour gas stove. Oh, we thought we'd died and gone to heaven there, because you just turned the thing, you didn't have to prime it, so you'd have 2 or 3 of those for cooking on. Usually kept in a biscuit tin, put inside a biscuit tin to save it blown out and things like that. Your water you got from the well. It was a spring at the bottom, the bumpy road you go down. Well, on the left hand side at the bottom of that road, before you hit the marsh, there was a spring, and it surfaced there, and we used that water straight out the spring. And then your milk, you used to go along to Waterside House and buy your milk from there, take a can along in the mornings, and they would fill it up straight out the dairy for you. So, and then your shopping, you went over to Alnmouth on the ferry for your provisions when you needed, because there was a butcher's there, Roland's a butcher's. We had a bell tent, and we had the Primus one night, and of the bell tent, I can't remember, one of us, bell tent had a little skirt around the bottom, and you closed the skirt to keep the draft out. And one of us stepped over the skirt, and we tripped on it and pulled the tent, which happens. You see the cap on the top of the boat. What happened was that must have been rotten, and that tore in the that whole thing, because your bell tent's got one big pole in the middle, and the whole tent just came down the pole like that, and you could see the outline of all the furniture and boxes and such like, because you had a table and a chair, so you used to take it, and the tilly was on, and all we could see was the smoke coming out from the tilly, so I had to rush in and get the tilly out before the whole lot went up. So there was a big repair done on that to get it back up again. But I can still see the thing coming down like that, and just the whole thing just sucking in the middle, and all the lumps and bumps of the furniture underneath the tent.